Hi friends, today my topic is, did Wright brothers hijack Indian Aeronautics? Yes, this statement is true. Let's analyze this. On December 17th, 1903, an aircraft drove into the skies and became the first aircraft in the human history. Wright brothers became its inventors. We are greatly adore them today, and we teach this fact to our children in our schools. But to our surprise, the truth seems to be different. 8 years before Wright brothers aerial show in India, in the year 1895, at the Chowpatty beach in Bombay, an aircraft flew in the skies up to 1500 feet, when a large Indian audience watched this feat. And this performance happened in the august presence of His Highness Maharaj of Baroda, Sri Sayajji Rao Gailwada, and Honorable Judge Mahadev Govind Rande. This event was covered and was published by the popular newspaper at that time, Kesari, which was published from Pune. The inventor of that aircraft was an ordinary Sanskrit scholar by name Kumar Bapuji Talpade. The name of the aircraft was Maruti Shakti. This aircraft had been built based on the technology mentioned in the Sanskrit text written by Bharadwaja called Yantra Sarvasvam. Talpade adopted the technology from the chapters of Vaimanika Shastra of Bharadwaja's book. Then the British government, after strictly warning the Baroda Maharaj not to fund the project, stalled this experiment. It seems that the experimental remains of the plane and various working plans had been taken over by the British government. Here the source is on the screen. Did our ancestors have much advanced knowledge about aircrafts? If so, what happened to all that? Why such an advanced knowledge had been kept as a secret? What is this Vaimanika Shastra of Bharadwaja? What are its contents? Whether modern scientists did any research on its contents? If so, what are their findings in this regard? For almost 20 years, many scientists at Aeronautical Society of India, NASA, professors and students of many prominent universities of the world were doing research in their own way on this Vaimanika Shastra of Bharadwaja. They were able to appreciate the advanced level of knowledge about aeronautics in this book, but much of their research findings are not being revealed to public yet. Bodhananda, a scholar, had written a commentary on explanations to Vaimanika Shastra of Bharadwaja. Another scholar called Subbaraya Sharma of Mysore had composed a text on aeronautics on Bharadwaj's Vaimanika Shastra. This book was translated and published by Sir R.S. Joycer in English. This English version of this book is available today on the website www.sacred.text.com. Actually, Bharadwaj's Vaimanika Shastra contains 8 main chapters, 100 sub-chapters. In addition to this book, there were so many books on aeronautics. For example, Yana Bindhu by Vachaspati, Yantrakalpa by Ghagharushi, Vimana Chandrika by Naina Maharshi, Duma Prakanam by Narada, Vayu Tattva Prakarana by Saktayana, Shakti Sutra by Agastya. All these books describe about types of vimanas that are available in various yugas. Qualifications of pilots and travelers, food to be consumed while flying various missions of vimanas, fuels that a pilot had to encounter in the air on flight, and the ways and the means of overcoming them, etc. According to Narayana Maharshi, the Vimana had been defined as a vehicle that travels on the land and water and can fly like a bird in the sky. Bharadwaj had dealt about 4 types of fuels that can be used by Vimanas. They are Vanaspati oil, mercury gas, solar energy, directly consuming power from the air. The modern aircrafts are run by burning the hot gases, but recently scientists at NASA had experimented with the techniques of using mercury as mentioned in Vimana Shastra and designed mercury vortex engines successfully. They adopted the technology mentioned in Samarangana Sutradhara, written by King Bhoja and translated by William Clarendon into English. Scientists at Birla Science Center, Hyderabad and IIT Mumbai had done research on the metals mentioned in the Vaimanika texts and could despair the utility and techniques of making a law suitable for building aircrafts. Bharadwaja refers to sage Saunaka, who had classified the situations that a pilot faces during the flight into 5 categories. Now, let's discuss about types of Vimanas. During the Satya and Treta Yuga, Vimanas were called and classified as Mantrika Vimanas. They were of 25 types. They used to work with physical and mystical powers. During Dwapara Yuga, Vimanas were divided as Tantrika type. There are 56 varieties of this kind. During Kali Yuga, Vimanas have been named as Kritika type. There are 25 varieties of this kind, which are run by machines. These classifications confirm that the views expressed in Puranas cannot be brushed aside as figs of imagination. Indian Puranas have many references to Vimanas. Rakshasas called Tripurasuras had aerial cities which used to fly in air and travel on earth and water. When they were torturing people, Lord Shiva eliminated all of them according to our Puranas. In the Ramayana, sage Valmiki had wonderfully described the Pushpaka Vimana. The description resembles an aerial city that can move. Ravana captured this Vimana from Kubera according to Ramayana. In Bhagavatam, there is a mention about aerial attack by Sisupala's friend Selva on Krishna's Dwaraka. His space vehicle was called as Saubha and was made of iron. It had the technique of appearing and disappearing in the sky after an attack. It can thrust out many aircrafts from itself. Recently, Chinese government had handed over the Sanskrit manuscripts that were discovered in Tibetan region to Professor Ruta Rana of Chandigarh University to decipher the contents. These manuscripts contain the information about interstellar travel and anti-gravitational fights. This only confirms the height of Indian aeronautical excellence achieved ages ago. So, my dear viewers, please make our children to awake towards the culture of our land. Remember, you are an Indian and proud to be an Indian. Your Santosh Kumar, Karimilli.